Absolutely. I always, on my Kristin Rader music side, I always put my tour dates and things that are going on, and whether that be a radio interview or a TV interview or a concert date, I always make sure to post those so my fans can keep in touch.
Okay, good, good, good. Now, I've been tweeting you,
Oh,
and
yes.
I don't know that you use your Twitter a lot, so you may have to start doing that for me because I'm sort of a Twitterholic.
Absolutely. I will try to get on that Twitter more. I know things have been a little crazy busy
Well,
lately.
I
I've been
know it's
very busy with different things, but you know what? I will make sure to connect on there a little more
well
often.
we have to be Twitter buddies for life now after this.
Absolutely. Well, when you're Twitter and Facebook friends, you're definitely friends for life. That's for sure.
That's true. That's true. Okay, now as far as you chose Christian music. Now I'm not sure how long you've been singing, but was it a decision that you at one time had to make? Okay, I'm gonna go with the Christian music, or is it just something you've known from the beginning?
Well, I grew up in a Christian family and a pastor's family, and I always knew that I wanted to use the voice that God had given me for Him. That was something that was very dear to my heart. It was something that I was passionate about, and I felt like it was a way to inspire others and to really sing inspirational music that would help them with their journey and their walk, and maybe the difficult things that they were struggling with in life, and maybe bring some type of hope to their circumstances. But I'm actually trained in classical music. I sing in the Chattanooga Symphony Opera. I sing in about 4 different languages, but
Holy
really
cow!
my passion is the Christian music. I have a degree in music, and that's being classically trained. I have a music degree, and so I definitely enjoy singing that type of music. It's something that challenges me. It's very difficult, but there's just something about Christian music where my heart is calling out saying, hey, this is where you're supposed to be. This is where God's called you. And it's something that is so rewarding to me to be able to sing about the Lord and about Christ, someone that's changed my life and given me a hope and a future. And it's something that I just really, I'm passionate about.
Sure, sure. And I love what you said in your biography. My prayer is to be a voice of encouragement that reaches beyond my music. I thought that was,
Absolutely.
yeah, I thought that was pretty beautiful. And like outside of your music, like what do you actively do?
Well, I'm also a music teacher as well, so I
Hmm.
do that on the side. So I do everything, everything that deals with
Well,
music. I'm pretty
that's
much
perfect.
involved,
Yeah,
probably more than I want to sometimes. But no,
sure.
I'm just kidding. But enjoy doing lots of different things. I love being outdoors. I love traveling. My husband and I, we vacation a lot. We just got back from the Bahamas, and we have some trips coming up. We love going out of the country and seeing beautiful sights and different things. So that's one thing I enjoy. I love doing anything outdoors. We love doing things like rock climbing, and we're going to be doing a ski trip soon. So anything like that, I really enjoy being active and anything that keeps me going, I guess.
Now, does he support your career choice 100%?
Absolutely. He
Hmm.
is probably my biggest supporter. My husband, Eric, he also is a singer, and he plays many instruments. He plays the piano and drums and guitar. So he travels with me a lot of times and plays for my programs and for my gigs. And he is just always 100% for me. And I couldn't do it without him. That is for sure. We've done songwriting together, and even on my CDs, he sings. We do some duets on there.
Oh,
So
no
I
way.
really feel like the Lord brought us together so that we could travel and minister together. So it's definitely been a blessing.
Well, that's exciting when you're in love with your best friend and your number one fan.
Absolutely. I think that's the number one thing in marriage. I think all the other things are great, but if they're your best friend, you know you have them for life, and it's someone that you enjoy being with, and I'm thankful for that.
Sure, absolutely. Now, I need to get him on the show sometime just so I can get some dirt on you.
Absolutely. I think he would like that.
I know, yeah, most guys would. But you got to give him a free pass. No matter what he says, you can't be upset with him.
Hey, I don't know about that.
There's no free passes at your house. Doggone it. I want to say hi to a few people that are in the live chat on the Chris Talk program page. We have Ruse that's here. She's our engineer of love. She keeps everybody straight in the chat. We've also got JP. We've got Martin, Allie, and Apocalypse. He wants to give you a hug. I guess a
Oh,
virtual
okay,
hug.
wonderful.
Yeah. So there you've been virtually hugged today.
Hey, I'm feeling the love for sure.
And I'm sure they'll probably have some questions for you because they can be quite inquisitive sometimes. So
Absolutely. I would love to hear them.
so we have to watch out for that. Now, do you sing at church every Sunday? I bet they
You know
love you to
what?
death at church.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I bet they love you to death in church. Do you sing every Sunday?
Well, I do. I sing most Sundays. Sometimes we'll take a Sunday off or we'll just kind of go to church and enjoy it and sit and just kind of enjoy the program. But I sing as often as I can, but I try not to do it every single week. I try to give me a few weeks, here and there throughout the year that I'm not singing, just to give myself a little bit of a break.
It's really so it keeps them wanting more, right? That's what it's
it.
really
We can't
for.
do it all the time. They'll get worn out, right?
I know what you're up to. So they love you at church, but I bet, do you ever go to karaoke night? I bet they just don't like you at all there.
You know what? We always go on cruise ships, and I do the karaoke there.
Oh,
But
I bet they just despise it.
right, but you don't want to do it around your hometown anymore because you don't want to be like,
Right.
that's just that karaoke girl. So
So everybody would stop showing up eventually. Nobody would try
exactly,
anymore.
they would get over it, right? We've
Right,
got to
right.
keep them
Oh,
coming back
Kristen's
for
here.
more.
I'm just going to go home and watch football. I'm done.
That's right.
Now, if you had some words of encouragement, or if you had some advice to give to a young lady, or even a young man that came up to you and said, Kristin, I really want to get into the music industry. I feel like I can sing, love to write music, and I really feel like it's my passion, but I don't know what to do. I don't know how to go about it.
Right. I think the number one thing is sing wherever you possibly can, either whether it's your instrument is vocals or, playing a piano or what that might be. I think it's very important to get yourself out in the public as much as possible. And sometimes that might mean a small gig. It could be a large gig. I've had times where I've sang in front of 10 people and then I've sang in front of thousands before. And anytime you get an audience, I think that's a great, great thing. Getting your name out there is very important. I think, if it's something that they really want to pursue and maybe they're okay singers, but they're not amazing singers at this time, go and get some vocal lessons, have someone, everyone needs someone that can help them get better and to really fine tune their craft. So that's always important. And then also, they probably need to try to get connected with a music producer, maybe put an EPK out there and get some songs going out there, put them on YouTube, put them on the internet sites. That would be a great opportunity. And then possibly try to get as many dates as they possibly can. And a lot of times start out slow. Sometimes you want to start out with people that asking them, would you mind if I come and do a program tonight? And then you could build it and eventually, move to possibly getting a manager, get yourself exposure, get a manager, and possibly be able to sign with a record label. And then they can kind of fit the bill for everything, which
Sure.
is nice. So, but
Sure.
yeah, those are probably the main steps. And I think sometimes we think that small steps are not important, but it's those small steps that can take us to the bigger things in life. An actor doesn't just all of a sudden become famous. There's a lot of steps that people don't see in order to get them there. So small steps are very important in life.
Sure. Now, let me ask you this question. Now, you being in Nashville, it's sort of where people go. I mean, you've got New York, you've got LA, places like that, but when people really want to get serious about their music, it seems like they eventually end up in Nashville. Now, with that being said, I mean, you are extremely talented. You have a beautiful voice. You're a beautiful woman.
Thank you very much.
Well, you're very welcome, but it's just the truth. But when you come to Nashville, you see lots of beautiful people, lots of talented people in Nashville. Does that intimidate you just a little bit, or does that inspire you?
Well, I think that there's two sides to that. Absolutely. Because, things can intimidate you. You see so many people that are talented and so many people that have it together, and they might be a little farther along than what you are. But the way I would take it is, try to maybe get to know people that might be a little bit farther along than what you learn from them. And, they can help you actually not have to do some of those steps. It could save you a lot of things to say, well, you know what, you need to do this, but you don't need to do this. This is wasting your time. But as far as intimidating, yes, I think anytime you're doing something like this, it can definitely be intimidating. But it can also be inspiring to help you to want to be better. And I know when I see people and if they sing better than me, I think, you know what, if I practice more, if I work harder at my craft, I definitely can achieve that, or I can try to achieve that. So I definitely think it can be an inspirational thing as well.
Sure, and I like what you said there, because Nashville's a funny place. As far as music goes, the industry, it's probably the most brutal place in the world. But
oh, absolutely.
But you won't find a place where there's more people willing to help you.
Yes, they're all around. Anyone you meet is probably in the music business in Nashville.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
even the person that is behind, the stand at McDonald's, they probably are really wanting to be a singer or an instrumentalist or something there in Nashville. And really, they're just working to try to get themselves farther along. And I think it's a very great place to start a career. You have so many people that want to be a part of that business, and a lot of them get together and do gigs, and they work at it together and tour together. That's what I know. Me and my friends do that a lot of times. We'll go on tour with a radio manager and travel around, and you kind of gain strength from one another.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, absolutely. And before we start talking too much, I do want to play both your songs, so I got to squeeze those in.
Great,
I'm long-winded, and I can tell you are too, so this could be dangerous.
Yes.
It could be really dangerous. Now, the first song I'm going to play, I love them both. But I saved my favorite one for last.
Okay.
But I do love them both. I'm going to play Runaway Train first.
Okay, great.
Now, what's Runaway Train about? And did you write the song?
I did not write this song. Okay. This is from a Nashville writer up there that we got some of our songs from. My music producer, James Matchak, had got the song, and it's a great song. It's one of our favorites. That's why we decided to put it on number 1 on the CD. But it's basically talking about in life, a lot of times we think we've got it figured out, and we just think that we've got everything planned out and it's going to go exactly the way we want to. But basically, sometimes life throws us curveballs, and it just basically talks about how when we try to do things ourselves and we mess up, there's a greater God, there's a bigger being out there that can take our mess, take our circumstances and take our situations and turn them around for our good if we just trust in him and lean towards him. So that's Runaway Train.
That's great, and it's a great analogy too, the way you use that. Mine would have been more like train wreck. But Runaway
Hey, that
Train
could be it too, for sure.
It definitely could. Runaway Train, Kristin Rader, right here on the Chris Stop program.
Streetlights barely shining down to make a difference in this town. Hollow eyes filled of yesterdays, yeah. Only shadows hang around. Dreams can die without a sound. Can saving grace find this forgotten place? But you found me, dying in the dark. Yeah, you found me, and I found you. Oh, love, like a runaway train at my midnight in the freezing rain at the speed of light. My life will change by love, like a runaway train. The sky was torn, the moon was pale. Seems that life was made to fail, wasted on empty avenues, yeah. Hopeless, helpless heart of mine, out of luck and out of time, crying out, dying for rescue. Then you found